The lesson, the Mughal Empire, for class 9, A and B. The following points are policy of Babur and its achievements, policy of Aurangzeb and its failure, rise of Afghan power, and next, advent of a new era under Sher Shah Suri, and next one, end of Sher Shah's rule. Then policy of Babur and his achievements. Babur, was the founder ruler of the Mughal dynasty in India. But Babur, by establishing the Mughal rule in India, he felt that India was a country of many religious sentiments, many languages, many cultures, and many communities, sects. So it should be brought under one umbrella. Now, how was it possible? By making good policies for them, by providing them proper facilities, proper privileges, so that the people of India must keep faith on him. That's why Babur initially passed some laws which favored Indian people without discriminating low category and high category, without making contrast between rich and high, poor and rich. So it was one message Babur gave, one message he communicated to the Indian people, that the rule of Babur was for each group of people. That means everyone would be treated equally. There would be no inequality. This, impartial attitude towards the Indians, gave him a permanent place as a great ruler, although he did not have much time to provide much facilities for the Indian people and for the welfare of this country. But still, he made so many attempts so as to provide lots of facilities to the Indian people and to bring prosperity in the country during his short reign. But the death of Babur temporarily created an atmosphere. His eldest son Humayun could not make up his defects, could not have much time to make up his own defects, because Humayun was a very peaceful person. He was not like his father. His father was brave. His father also a very peaceful person, but he was brave, courageous, and intelligent indeed. But Humayun not like that. Humayun was not like that. Humayun, although Humayun followed the policy introduced by his father, the same policy, whatever was introduced by his father, Humayun strictly followed it. But Humayun's, weakness towards the, Afghans, Rajputs, gave them a chance, an opportunity to attack the Mughal kingdoms. That's why the Rajputs started making them united. At the same time, the Afghans also decided to attack Delhi. Meanwhile, Humayun targeted one state of Bihar, Fargona, Sasaram, not Fargona. One state of Bihar, Sasaram, Humayun targeted to attack. Because that time, when Humayun just targeted Sasaram as a part of targeted Sasaram, that it should be occupied it should be attacked. Just Sher Khan became the ruler after the death of his father. Sher Khan had been independently ruling Sasaram of Bihar. Meanwhile, Humayun made an attempt for Sasaram, but ultimately it gave a chance to Humayun to conquer the entire parts of India. He wanted to be the ruler, although he had been dreaming it that the day would come he would become the ruler of Delhi. But that golden opportunity came during the time when, Humayun attacked Sasaram, and but Humayun was unable. Humayun was unable to defeat Sher Khan, but in the Battle of Chausa in the year 1539, Sher Khan defeated Humayun. But Humayun did not leave his hope. Once again he strengthened his army and declared another war against Sher Khan. In the second battle against Sher Khan, once again Humayun was defeated. In the Battle of Kannauj in the year 1540, Humayun was defeated. And then Sher Khan, established a new dynasty. The name of the dynasty is Shur dynasty. Shur dynasty. He assumed a new title, Sher Shah Suri. Sher Shah Suri established a new dynasty, Shur dynasty. Now the policy of Sher Shah Suri. Sher Shah Suri followed the policy of the Mughals. Sher Shah Suri also felt it necessary to adopt good policies for the Indian people. Since he belonged to Sasaram, he decided to satisfy the need and expectations of the Indian people. He appointed so many people by giving many responsibilities to bring the news and to give him the necessary informations regarding the condition of the Indian people, whether they are satisfied or whether they were not satisfied, and what was about their demand, what were their grievances, if there was any grievance against the emperor or Shur dynasty, he would take initiative in order to remove their grievances. So, by this way, Sher Shah collected necessary informations from the people who were appointed to do it, and so there was a good system, good network of network of roadways also was adopted by Sher Shah. He felt that constructing of new roads, lengthy roads throughout various parts of India should be done immediately in order to strengthen the trade and commerce, in order to develop trade and commerce throughout the country, and in order to earn money, in order to help the people of India so that they must earn a lot of money and can lead a very peaceful, rich and prosperous life. So ultimately, by this way, Sher Shah Suri constructed one of the lengthiest roads of India, the Grand Trunk Road, GT Road. And then Sher Shah Suri also reformed. He brought so many changes in the system of administration, in the system of land and land revenue policy. Todurmal was appointed as the land and land revenue minister. He was the first one under the guidance in consultation with Sher Shah Suri adopted the policy of measuring lands as per its characters, and the system of taxation through measuring the whole lands properly. This system also gave Sher Shah Suri a great population throughout the India. He gained popularity from the Indian people, and ultimately his administration had become one of the greatest administrations. Later on, other Mughals who came to power, they also followed the policies of Sher Shah Suri during their rule, especially Akbar. Akbar followed the policies of Sher Shah's administration, and he also implemented it in his own administration when he became the Mughal ruler. And he also allowed Todormal, the land and land revenue minister under Sher Shah Suri, as the same minister, land and land revenue minister in his administration. And so, by doing it, Sher Shah Suri communicated a message to the people of India that he had established a new kingdom in India, not for few days, not for few years, but he established the reign of the Sur dynasty for for many years. They wanted to rule forever. They wanted to rule the Indian people. They wanted to rule the country forever. That's why he established a good system of administration, and the rule, law and order established, and he also brought a peaceful atmosphere in the country. He also brought, a peace and prosperity throughout the country. People led a very peaceful life, and there was no, discontentment, resentment among the Indian people. They all were happy, and Sher Shah Suri also was not able to rule many days. Why? Because of his sudden death. Because of his sudden death, Sher Shah Suri was unable to continue his rule. And after the death of Sher Shah Suri, his next one, his follower, who came to power, initially he ruled the country prominently and adopted the policy of his father prominently. Who was he? He was Sikandar Shah. He ruled for about 10 years, and ultimately, during the last part of his rule, Sikandar Shah became very much oppressive ruler, and the administration, the policy, whatever he implemented for the welfare of the people, he had no attention to it. He could not pay attention because he remained busy in leading a very luxurious life. That's why people were not happy. People became very much resented and not satisfied with the rule of Sikandar Shah. So Sikandar Shah's weakness invited Humayun to recapture the powers of the Mughals. So Humayun came to Delhi and defeated Sikandar Shah and re-established the Mughal dynasty. He re-established the Mughal dynasty, and then once again the Mughals, as a Mughal, he proved that the Mughals came to India not for few years but to rule forever. After the defeat of the last Afghan ruler Sikandar Shah, the rule of the Sur dynasty came to an end, and the Mughals re-established their former glory and image, but it was short-lived because of the sudden death of Humayun. Humayun died while coming down from his library, and immediately he fell down on the staircase and left his last breath. So the rule of Humayun came to an end, but his son Akbar, when Humayun died, Akbar was a little fellow, but Abul Fazl continued the rule of the Mughals as the guide of Akbar, and afterwards, on being matured one, Akbar became the Mughal ruler, and Akbar ascended the throne and became one of the greatest Mughal rulers in Indian history. So, up to this, my dear students, thank you.